Imagine a time before kings, castles, or even the idea of the United Kingdom. A time when giant mammoths roamed across frozen plains, when Britain was not an island, and when the first humans were only beginning to explore this mysterious land. Nearly 1 million years ago, the earliest human ancestors stepped into what we now call Britain. Who were they? How did they survive the brutal ice ages? And how did this wild land eventually become the home of millions of people? This is the forgotten story of prehistoric Britain.
We stand for home, we stand for right. Through the rain and the winter cold.
Long before humans arrived, Britain was a land dominated by nature. Thick forests stretched across rolling hills, while powerful rivers carved their way through valleys. Gigantic animals ruled this landscape. Woolly mammoths wandered across icy plains. Herds of wild horses ran through grasslands, and fierce predators stalked their prey. But Britain looked very different from today. It wasn't even an island. Instead, it was connected to mainland Europe by a vast land bridge known as Doggerland, allowing animals and early humans to migrate freely across the region. Around 900,000 years ago, the first human ancestors arrived. Scientists believe these early pioneers were species such as Homo antecessor or Homo erectus. Evidence of their presence was discovered near Hillsborough, where archaeologists uncovered ancient stone tools and even human footprints preserved in sediment. These early humans were hunters and gatherers. Armed with simple stone tools, they hunted animals and collected plants to survive. Life was harsh and unpredictable, but these early explorers proved that humans could adapt to even the coldest corners of Europe. But survival in prehistoric Britain was never guaranteed. Over hundreds of thousands of years, massive climate shifts brought repeated ice ages. Glaciers spread across the land, covering huge areas in ice and making life nearly impossible. During these frozen periods, humans were forced to abandon Britain entirely. For thousands of years at a time, the land remained empty. Then, as the ice melted and temperatures rose, humans would return again. This cycle of arrival and disappearance shaped the earliest human history of Britain. Eventually, a new human species appeared. These were the powerful hunters known as Homo heidelbergensis. One of the most famous discoveries from this time is Boxgrove, where archaeologists uncovered human bones and perfectly crafted stone tools. These hunters were highly skilled. They worked together to hunt large animals and showed early signs of advanced human intelligence. Their tools and strategies revealed that humans were slowly becoming masters of their environment. Then, around 44,000 years ago, a major transformation occurred. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, finally arrived in Britain. Unlike earlier humans, they had advanced language, complex social structures, and improved technology. They created better tools, hunted more efficiently, and adapted to changing climates. Over thousands of years, these people became the ancestors of the earliest British populations. One of the most fascinating discoveries from prehistoric Britain is a skeleton known as Cheddar Man. His remains were found in Gough's Cave. Cheddar Man lived around 9,000 years ago, shortly after the last ice age. Modern DNA research suggests he likely had dark skin, dark hair, and blue eyes, giving us a surprising glimpse into the appearance of early Britons. His discovery helps scientists understand the deep ancestry of the people who would eventually populate the British Isles. As the Ice Age ended, another dramatic change occurred. Melting glaciers caused sea levels to rise across the world. The Great Land Bridge, connecting Britain to Europe, slowly disappeared beneath the sea. Doggerland was flooded, and Britain became the island we know today. This separation would shape the future history, culture, and identity of the British people. From early human explorers nearly 1 million years ago, to the arrival of modern humans after the Ice Age, Britain's story began long before written history. Hidden beneath its soil are the footprints of ancient hunters, the bones of forgotten people, and the evidence of a world that existed thousands of years before the first kingdoms were ever built. And this prehistoric past reminds us that the story of Britain is far older than we ever imagined.